Hello there, this is Welsh ASMR 82. Hey, how you doing? In today's video we're going to be looking at flags of Europe, and this book is the same one we've been using for a couple of videos recently on this channel. It's the Lonely Planet Kids flag book. It's rather excellent, and we've previously done videos on the USA, and I promised that we'd do a video on Europe soon, but as you can see there are about 40 pages for Europe alone. So I think what we'll do is I'll maybe try and get through half of them, and maybe, because I was having a little look through, some of them are way more detailed than others. So Spain, for example, Germany, France, the UK, Russia, all have on Germany, have way more information on regional flags, much like the one on the US states. So I might do a separate video for those. We'll just pop through and look at all the other different countries in Europe. So it's included, just for context, Georgia, Armenia, Azerbaijan and Turkey, and Russia as part of Europe, and Cyprus, which are technically on the Eurasian plate. But for argument's sake they put them in with Europe. So I think in this video we'll miss out Spain and we'll start with Portugal. I'm not quite sure of the order they've gone in. It's not alphabetical in the slightest. But it's going to be lots of fun. So, fun with flags, everyone. I get so many comments a week saying, Sheldon Cooper, fun with flags. Exactly. You're in the right place. So I hope you find this video really relaxing, really informative, really fun, and hopefully, best case scenario, you fall asleep. Portugal. They adopted this flag in 1911. The ratio is 2 to 3, so 2 and then 3. It's national and civil, and it's a vertical green band on the left and a wider red band on the right. A gold armillary sphere. Navigation tool is under the royal coat of arms of Portugal. The green symbolises hope for the future, esperança, and the red represents the country's revolution, revolução. Portugal's royal arms date from when it was a monarchy. When Portugal became a republic in 1910, a new flag was designed. So it's actually not that old then, 1911, yeah. The country's rich history of ocean exploration in the 1400s and 1500s is represented by the armillary sphere, and its royal past is shown on its shield. The 5 smaller blue shields, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, symbolise the 5 Moorish kings defeated by Portugal's first king in the 12th century. Because Portugal and Spain up to about here were ruled by a caliphate down here in Morocco called the Moors. So we'll ignore lovely Spain. Very tempted to do this video. I used to live in Murcia, so where's my flag? Murcia, Murcia, Murcia. Here we are. The burgundy, I quite like it. Okay, Andorra is next. Tiny country, if you don't know Andorra, which sits right between, in the mountains, basically it's a ski resort between France and Spain. So they adopted this in 1993, so it's a very young flag. National and civil, 3 vertical bands in blue, yellow and red. Andorran coat of arms in the centre. The coat of arms represents its independence and features heraldic symbols from the past. It is the only country in the world currently that has Catalan as its only official language, I believe, and these are part of that history. They can be seen on the Barcelonan, which is part of Catalonia in Spain, on the part of their shield on the kit. The blue, yellow and red tricolour design is said to date back to 1866. The red and blue are taken from the French flag, but the red and yellow come from the colours of Spain, so it's between both countries. Andorra, featured here, is a landlocked principality, small nation, between Spain and France. For hundreds of years it was managed by these two countries. This history is reflected in the colours and symbols on the flag. The mitre, the bishop's hat, in the top left of the coat of arms, symbolises the Spanish bishop of Urgel, and the two red cows at the bottom right represent Béarn, the nearby French province. Okay, obviously France is another really, really detailed one, so we'll skip that one today. I'm surprised Italy is more detailed, actually. Okay, Monaco, another micronation. So this was adopted in 1881 and is extremely similar to many others, such as Indonesia and upside down Poland, and with some adaptations, Singapore. It's a very common flag around the world. Horizontal bands of red and white. Monaco is an independent city-state and is the second smallest country in the world, I suppose, after Vatican. Oh yes, after Vatican City. It has been ruled by the Grimaldi family since the 1200s. Its flag is the same as the Indonesian flag, but with different measurements. The red and white are the colours of the Grimaldi family who rule Monaco. The Monaco coat of arms appears on state flags. It shows two monks. Legend has it that the Grimaldis conquered Monaco by sneaking into the city with their soldiers disguised as monks. Let's look at Italy, Italia. Of course we know where Italy is here, the big boot. With its two major islands as well, Sicily and Sardinia. The design came about at the time of Napoleon Bonaparte and echoes the French tricolore. I think in Italian it's il tricolore as well. The three colours were worn by political groups in the 1700s. Italy's flag is known by Italians as il tricolore. Oh, it's like I know stuff, isn't it? Italy was once separated into city-states, but it was finally united in 1870. It became a republic in 1946, when symbols of royalty were removed from the flag. Some people give the flag's colours specific meanings. The countryside, green; snow-capped mountains, white; and struggles for nationhood, red. Green, white and red were colours worn by the Milanese troops at the time of Napoleon. He decreed that they should be national colours. Okay. Let's go over to a couple of other small countries. When I say small, I mean teeny tiny. San Marino and Vatican City, il Vaticano. So we've got 1862 for San Marino. San Marino is probably going to say here, is the oldest country in the world, I believe. So, blue and white horizontal bands, marked with the country's coat of arms, Libertas, in the middle. The colour white represents the clouds above San Marino's mountains, and the blue symbolises the sky above them. Colour blue symbolises the sky, and the white is the clouds. Okay. And it says the country's coat of arms shows the three towers on Mount Titano. Uno, due, tre. San Marino, this is an amazing site in San Marino. San Marino is said to have been founded by Saint Marinus in the early 4th century. It is one of the world's oldest states and one of the smallest too. The three towers on the flag are Guaita, which was built first, Cesta, which is now a museum, and finally Montale, which was used as a prison. The Guaita fortress on top of Mount Titano. Guaita is the oldest of the three towers that are represented on the flag. I've never been to San Marino, but I have been to Vatican City, because it's just in the middle of Rome. You're just walking down the street and there's a country there. A square, isn't that strange? A square design with yellow and white vertical bands. The emblem of Vatican City is on the white band. The Vatican emblem shows St. Peter's keys here. The gold key represents heavenly power and the silver key represents earthly power. It's a gold one, that's the silver. The Pope's triple-crowned tiara represents his power. The keys are tied by red rope. Yellow and white represent gold and iron, the traditional metals of the keys of St. Peter. Vatican City is a city-state and the smallest country in the world. Its boundaries are within Italy's capital city of Rome. It is the headquarters of the Roman Catholic Church led by the Pope, who is based in St. Peter's Basilica. In the Christian religion, St. Peter's keys, seen on the flag, are the keys to the kingdom of heaven given to him by Christ. The Vatican City flag references St. Peter, whose tomb is in St. Peter's Basilica, and he's got the keys in his hand there, look. Okay, let's go further into the Mediterranean, to another tiny country of Malta. The George Cross symbolises the bravery of the Maltese during the Second World War. It's quite a story, actually. If you're into history, you should look it up, because Malta used to be a British territory, and as such they got totally bombarded and bombed by the Italians and Nazis fascists during the Second World War. But they were a base of operation for the eventual sort of invasion, I suppose, invasion of Italy. Design red and white vertical bands with the George Cross emblem in the top left-hand corner. Malta is a group of islands in the Mediterranean. Some say the red and white colours of its flag were inspired by Count Roger of Hauteville, who, according to legend, cut a corner off his family's flag and presented it to the Maltese. They were also the colours of the Knights of St. John, who used to rule Malta. The George Cross was added to the flag in 1943 during the Second World War. It represents a medal given by the British monarch for bravery. So rather than give it to one person, they gave it to an entire country. I've never been to Malta, but I have been to Greece. And that's where we're looking at next. I like the Greek flag a lot, actually. It's really pretty. The cross represents the Greek Orthodox Christian faith. White is for purity. Blue symbolises the ocean and sky. Trust me, the sea is totally blue around Greece. It's beautiful. Known as the Galanolef Key. The flag's name means blue and white. Greek flags fly alongside the Olympic flags at the Panathinaik Stadium in Athens, where the first modern Olympic Games were held in 1896. There's a section here, world's oldest flags, amongst which we see Scotland, and I was aware that Denmark had one of the oldest flags in the world. 1219 apparently. Okay, so we're still in southern Europe at the minute. We're looking at Bulgaria next. So green represents the landscape of Bulgaria and also the birth of a new young nation. White symbolises peace, red for bravery. The green on Bulgaria's flag is also said to represent the country's agricultural wealth. So 3 horizontal bands in white, green and red. While Bulgaria was under Ottoman rule for almost 500 years, Ottoman is what the Turkish state used to be part of the Ottoman Empire. Syria, Iraq, and even up into Bulgaria and parts of Romania, Serbia. The country wasn't allowed a flag of its own in 1908 when Bulgaria became independent. It based its three-band flag design on that of Russia. The flag changed again during communist rule later in the 20th century, but the old flag was re-adopted when that era ended in 1990. North Macedonia, so renamed from Macedonia, or the former Yugoslav Republic of Macedonia, because Macedonia is in the border country of Greece. Towards the top is a state in Greece. A yellow sun, this is one of my favourite flags, a yellow sun in the centre with 8 yellow rays stretching over red backgrounds. The first flag of the independent North Macedonia had a Virginia sun symbol in the centre. It came from the ancient Greek times. Greece objected to its use, but the new flag design resolved the dispute, as did changing its name to North Macedonia, because Greece had a problem with it being called Macedonia, because the area is called Macedonia in northern Greece. Red is the traditional North Macedonian flag colour. The sun symbolises a new beginning for the nation. North Macedonia was once part of a now dissolved country called Yugoslavia. I did an entire video on that on this channel about 2 months ago, so check that out. It adopted its current sun flag when it became independent in 1992. The sun symbol used on the flag is called the Sun of Liberty. A dispute with Greece over its name was resolved in 2018, when the country officially got its current name. Greece has regions that use the name Macedonia too. Okay, and then we're going to take a look at Albania and Kosovo. I've also heard Kosovo pronounced Kosova as well, with an A at the end. Although I don't know when to use one and when the other. Okay, so Albania. A double black eagle. Quite a cool flag. Symbol on a red background. The black eagle symbol comes from flags used in the 1400s. It represents the country's independence. Red symbolises bravery and strength. Albania's double-headed eagle flag was first raised by a warrior called George Kastrioti while he was fighting against the Turks in the 1400s. The flag is known as Skanderbeg's flag because when Kastrioti converted to Islam, he changed his name to Skanderbeg. Albania is sometimes called the land of the eagle, and legend has it that the first king of Albania was given powers of invincibility by an eagle who watched over him. And then Kosovo. A yellow silhouette of the country on a blue background with 6 white stars above it. White symbolises peace. 6 ethnic communities in Kosovo are represented by the stars. The blue and yellow come from the flag of the European Union. Okay, this is quite a controversial one. I'm going to get lots of comments on this country. Kosovo was once part of Yugoslavia. After the old nation broke up, violence erupted between Serbia and Kosovo. Since then, the United Nations and NATO have been overseeing the territory. In 2008, Kosovo proclaimed independence from Serbia, and a competition was held for a new flag design. Serbia still disputes its independence, and some countries refuse to recognise Kosovo or its flag, one of which is Russia. I'm trying to think of other countries that don't recognise it. Maybe Spain, for some, yeah. And continuing in the region, we've got Montenegro next. I really like the border on this flag, actually. It's very cool. The coat of arms of the historical monarchs of Montenegro on a red background with a yellow border. The coat of arms represents the country's history and independence. Red symbolises the people of Montenegro. Montenegro is a mountainous country and is rich in wildlife. Monte means mountain, Montenegro, black mountain. Its Durmitor National Park is home to bears and wolves. For centuries, Montenegro was an independent kingdom. It became part of Yugoslavia after the First World War, but eventually separated from Serbia in 2006. Its flag is based on an old royal banner and bears the coat of arms of the Petrović-Njegoš dynasty, which once ruled the country. Okay, let's take a look at Bosnia then. Again, one of my favourite flags. Really like the design of this one. A blue background marked with a yellow triangle and a row of white stars. The triangle refers to the shape of Bosnia and its three main ethnic groups, Bosniaks, Croats and Serbs. The blue and yellow colours of the stars refer to the flag of the European Union. They also represent peace and unity. Bosnia and Herzegovina was part of Yugoslavia until that country was dissolved in 1992. A new flag was adopted shortly after this, but it was rejected by many people. In 1993, civil war broke out between the country's ethnic groups, Bosniaks, Croats and Serbs. The current flag, adopted in 1998, was deliberately designed to be neutral. It represents them all. So similar to the South African flag, I think, which tries to represent all its different groups of people. Serbia. So Serbia was part of Yugoslavia until that country dissolved. At first, it formed a confederation with Montenegro, but in 2006, the countries separated. Serbia's new flag is similar to the one it had at the end of the 19th century, when the coat of arms first featured on a two-headed eagle. It also depicts the historical crown of the royal family, even though Serbia is no longer a monarchy. Pan-Slavic flag, this is interesting. In the 1800s, there was a demand for independence for the Slavic-speaking peoples of the Balkans. Blue, white and red were chosen to represent this pan-Slavic movement. Inspired by the Russian flag and the French Revolution, they represent honor, blue, purity, white, and the bloodshed during battles for freedom, red. Many Balkan countries use one or more of these colours in their flags. So the flag uses the pan-Slavic colours, and the coat of arms design comes from historical dynastic symbols. And I think we'll finish with Romania today, and then we'll pick it up next time over with Moldova, Hungary and Croatia. I'll leave a mark on the page so I don't forget where we are. Romania. Adopted in 1989, national and civil, 3 vertical bands of red, yellow and blue. And that's where Romania is located in the world. Red was on the flags of both provinces and so stands for unity. Yellow symbolises the province of Wallachia. Blue represents the province of Moldavia. Modern Romania was created by the joining of two provinces, Wallachia and Moldavia, and its flag is a symbol of this history. The flag has had these 3 colours for many years, but it used to have other decorative elements too. Romania's flag is now very similar to Chad's. Basic commentary on this channel. If you haven't been a subscriber for long, we constantly talk about Chad and Romania. The only difference is that the blue on Romania's flag is lighter. Thank you to that person who commented that. I liked your comment like 2 days ago. Yes, it is constantly mentioned on this channel. Okay, so I'm going to mark the page. And we'll carry on next time. And I will plan on doing a video for all of the countries with more in-depth bits of information, because otherwise I'll spend the whole video talking about Spain and France. See, there's Germany, the Netherlands, the UK, which is a big one, and that one's okay. That one's okay. Then we have like semaphore flags for some reason. This one, and then Russia, which is quite a big one. And then Azerbaijan, Georgia, Armenia, and Turkey, and Cyprus, and then it's the end. Yeah, and then it's Asia. So, I look forward to doing a couple of different videos in this series, mini-series, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, if you enjoyed the book, I don't get any commission, but please go out and buy it. It's the Lonely Planet Kids flag book, and it is basically becoming my favourite book ever. So thanks for watching. If you wouldn't mind, if you enjoyed, click like, drop me a comment on anything I've said, correct me on stuff that you think I'm wrong on, that's absolutely fine, go ahead. And if you love what I do, then maybe you want to join me on Patreon, where you get early access to every video on this channel.